from Texas Southern have one of the top scorers we'll see probably in non-conference play.
I'm Jazz Avante. I'm an author, entrepreneur, basketball skills development coach. I'm from Houston, Texas, by way of Jackson, Mississippi. And my purpose is to challenge people to mold themselves into their best version, physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Watching, know you watching. See, I might be all alone. That's the thing you say before. You saying it was testing. Can't nobody take control. I can let it ride. I've been on this before anyone has.
And so when I moved here, it started at May Creek High School in Katy, Texas. And then I got a scholarship to play at TCU in Fort Worth. And then I ended up transferring to TSU, Texas Southern University, where I graduated with kinesiology and health science.
Here, Jasmine Parker was not being defended by Aldridge and just raised up for that three-pointer. She's able to score in transition.
So my first year at TSU was my best season in college. I led the nation in scoring in non-conference play, got HBCU Player of the Year, SWAC Player of the Year, all of these accolades, right? Now going into my senior season, boom, I tore my first ACL. That really shocked everything for me. I've never, ever had to deal with a season-ending injury before, but I did what I had to do. I rehabbed and I came back and I was better than ever, you know, at the time. So my fifth year, 10 games into my fifth year, boom, I tore my other ACL. So now, after my second ACL, now is when I had my epiphany. It went dark for me. I went MIA, I shut off everybody, I shut off the social media, I went within myself and I found myself spiritually. It was either sink or swim for me. Like I said, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't gonna play overseas. Damaged goods now. But I was so determined to get over there. It took me from May 2016 all the way to August 2017 is when I signed my first deal to go play overseas in Sweden. My professional career, I played in Sweden and I played in Portugal. And it was a vibe, man. Like, I worked my whole life for those moments right there. While I was over there, I started to transition mentally and spiritually. I found my purpose while I was over there. I wanted to give back. I wanted to help the next generation. So when I got back in 2019 is when I finally said, you know what? I'm done hooping, you know, competitively. Let me focus on my business. Let me focus on building something here. And that's when I started to train full time back in 2019. So now, fast forward to 2022, I started Premium Runs. And the reason that I started Premium Runs is because back then when I was competitively playing, I couldn't find any competitive runs in the city that had structure. You know, all of the different runs that were, you know, kind of free-nilly, not too much structure. You know, it wasn't a whole bunch of real hoopers that were actively playing. And so when I finally got myself into the position to where I can host those events, I'm like, why not? And so now Premium Runs is not only your private runs. We're not just giving these women a jersey and say, go play. No, this is a platform for women, by women. We are showcasing our stories, showcasing our talents. Premium Runs will change the trajectory in women's basketball in our city, Houston, Texas, baby. Let's get it.